double, nearly tripled my income, not like the best shape I'd ever been in, finding people I was more like-minded with, which ultimately led me to meeting my boyfriend, and most importantly, finding validation from within.
Thoughts about like going back to my ex or settling for a boyfriend just for fun.
Like, genuinely, I just did it because I was like, niggas don't deserve me. Like,
how did we find these men, Ryan?
Are complaining about being single, but then like have a laundry list of needs that seem impossible.
They be going home telling they woman about this, and they woman be oh so proud.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this one.
I want to talk about my experience going celibate. I only did it for like not even 4 months, but that's because I met my boyfriend and the reason that relationship worked out. So let me get into it. I didn't actually go into it being like, I'm gonna be celibate. It was kind of unintentional. I was just like, I'm done talking to men.
We do not care.
I mean everything from like just randomly texting, Snapchatting, FaceTiming, flirting, anything. My phone was dry. I would have never thought that doing that would have changed so many aspects of my life. You don't realize how distracting it is, and your brain starts rolling. Just thinking of anything and everything, and often what leads to discovering the trauma you need to work through, or the things you need to heal from. Or at least that is what happened to me. So doing this led to a lot of the answers that I needed in order to level up every aspect of my life. Double, nearly tripled my income, not like the best shape I'd ever been in, finding people I was more like-minded with, which ultimately led me to meeting my boyfriend, and most importantly, finding validation from within. I don't regret anything I did before, and I think everything I experienced taught me a lot. So I am all for experimenting, finding out what it is you like. I think that's very important too. But being intentional with those people, because it is an energy exchange. I know some people go celibate and they just like don't do the deed. I don't know if I can say like on here. I feel like TikTok just flags random. Anyways. But what really transformed things for me was like actually stopping like all the nonsense. That's definitely what I'd like recommend to someone if they're kind of in that phase of life as well. That's kind of it, I think. So if you have like any other specific questions, comment them down below and I can like talk more about certain things.
You know what's wild? A lot of women can't go celibate. It's actually harder for a lot of women, right? A lot of women are used to having it their way. They can get a guy whenever they want to. They can get someone whenever they want to. Guys don't have the same abilities, right? Nobody really wants a guy. We're on the outside. You know, you guys already know the deal. But yeah, it's much harder for guys. And you know what's wild? Most women just aren't used to it. It's funny. I seen a clip today, and a woman gave her life over to God, and she really broke down. I don't think this woman is really getting into the real. This next woman I seen, actually, I'll find a clip later, but she broke it down. I said, wow, she's really feeling it. And you can tell that was a real experience. This lady's experience seems kind of real too, but you do. Anybody goes celibate, you can notice some different things. But the way she said, I tripled my income, it's like you went celibate and turned into a dude.
Hi, so it's been 24 hours since I've had my period ring on, and it is hard. Like, nobody told me it was going to be this difficult. I'm getting thoughts about being lonely forever. You know, that I'm never going to find my husband. I'm living in a lie of having like a fake marriage. You
see this? It's only been 24 hours that she had a puberty ring on. She's thinking about fake marriages. She's thinking about all these different things, right? She's doing it for spiritual reasons. You can tell from the background music she's taking it serious. And it goes to show most of these women's minds, like a lot of guys don't know, their mind is in the gutter more than ours. You know what the issue is? They're having the same feelings towards the same guys, right? They want to give it all to the same guy. They want to do it for the same couple. She said, I'm thinking about having a fake marriage and a bunch of other stuff. Let me let her continue.
Thoughts about like going back to my ex or settling for a boyfriend just for fun. Like, this is difficult, and I'm just getting random, like, emotional waves. Nobody told me it was going to be this hard. You know, I'm going to stay 10 toes. I'm gonna keep having faith and go my journey with God. But
it's real, man. She's going through it, but she comes across like she's really trying to turn her life around, right? But you see that, and you see what it is, right? All of those what do guys always say? And she's on the right path. Like some of those, her walk with God. What do guys always say? All of those spirits inside of you. You're letting all those spirits inside of you. Yes, you need to get cleansed. You need a husband. You should be doing this stuff with a man, right? And it came all the way to this. She's having an epiphany now, all the way. And like, I need to get my life together. But it's true. A lot of women don't. A lot of women do need to get their life together. And this is what guys are saying, right? It's not just so, oh, yeah, we can get some. We can have fun. No. You got to get right with yourself. And then you get right with the universe. And not just the universe, but other people. Soul bonds, attachments. It's real.
A piece of advice that I wish was a lot more common these days is to be celibate. I feel like at some point in our lives, we should intentionally be celibate. And
all right, now I got to pause it right here. This is exactly why you see those ads, right? On Bumble saying, oh, that's not the way. It is to a certain extent. Actually, you should be doing that with one person, right? Guys been saying this forever. You should be not celibate, but you should have the right guy. That's facts. But let me let it finish.
Abstain. My whole reason in the first place and deciding to be celibate was because I got out of a relationship and I just kind of felt like it's time to focus on myself. I did the whole distractions thing. That didn't work for me. It made me feel lower about myself, if anything. So I was like, let me just cut that all out for right now. Focus on myself. I decided I wasn't going to date. I wasn't going to entertain, not even the slightest, because it's just boring to me now. Like, you men are boring. And all they want to do is play in your face. And I don't have the time or the energy. And I'm not going to let a man who plays in my face have access to my body. Like, that sounds crazy. So I decided if I wasn't going to be with my ex, I'm going to be celibate. And it's been 3 months now, and I can't even believe how empowering it has been for me. Like, genuinely, I just did it because I was like, niggas don't deserve me. Like, that was really why I did it. But it has really made a positive impact on me and my self-esteem, my confidence, how I view myself, how I view my body. I really feel like access to me now, and especially me in that way, is such a privilege, and I do not take it lightly anymore.
Yeah, I mean, no one should ever take a lot lightly, right? But I'll tell you what's happening. Same thing I said. Look at her. You see all of the glam she has on? She looks good right now, right? But all of that, what did she do? She set her standards as high as the pie in the sky, right? And what did she do? The reason why she's saying play in the face, now a lot of you guys out there watching the video right now will never play in the face. Who's playing in the face? The guys every woman wants. 100? Want a man making 100,000? 6 foot tall? Or what's that new one? The guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, 6'5", blue eyes. And woman is singing it out the wazoo, man. I don't think I have all the women singing it, but I have the woman that made the song.
I'm looking for a man in finance, the trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, the trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, trust fund.
And that's how most of these women are nowadays. Most of them like that, right? And the guy broke it down. He broke down, I think it was a guy or a girl, I don't know. But they broke down what's the odds of you finding a guy in finance 6'5" with blue eyes. Here it is.
Looking for a man in finance with a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, Ryan. Can she do it? Let's look at the numbers. In the United States, there are 100 million men over the age of 18. That is about 48.2% of the population over 18 that are men. I want you to remember that number. Finance. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 7.6 million people work in finance and insurance. So what did I do? Of course, I went through every single job title and I narrowed it down to those just in finance. And it was about 3.6 million people working in finance. If we apply that same 48.2%, we come out to 1.7 million men working in finance. Trust fund. Only 1.2% of Americans have a trust fund. So unfortunately, that narrows us down to just 21,000 men in America.
Ooh, get close.
But here's the real problem, Ryan. 6'5". Do you know how tall that is?
That's tall.
It's crazy tall.
Not many people are 6'5".
No, in fact, only 0.1% of men are 6'5" or above in the United States. This is a real killer one, because now we're down to only 21 men in the United States.
Getting slim.
For our girl on couch, blue eyes. It's good for her because there's more men in the United States with blue eyes than other parts of the world. So we're at.
So right now she's already at 21. Now they go on her blue eyes. Let's see what they say.
27% have blue eyes, but that narrows us down to just 6 men. 6 men in finance with a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, but we're not done, unfortunately.
They may not want her.
Because what about if they're available? We know that 29% of working men are single, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And that brings us to a final count for our girl on couch of 2 men in the United States for her.
Damn!
How do we find these men, Ryan?
Both of them. How do we find both of them?
There's only 2.
2 dudes. I got an even better one. This is what the girl said herself. Take a look at this.
Hey ABC News, it's me, girl on couch, and I'm the voice behind I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Well, you heard her. If you're a little confused, don't worry because I am breaking it down for you. 27-year-old Megan Bonney is currently going viral on TikTok after posting this video.
I'm looking for a man in finance. The trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
I spoke to Megan to find out what her inspiration behind the song was.
I'm the queen of satire. I mean, I'm single, so I was making fun of myself too, but I wanted to make fun of those girls who are complaining about being single, but then have a laundry list of needs that seem impossible.
Word. Did you ever find someone with those characteristics?
No, and everyone keeps asking me that, and it's so funny. No, and I first of all didn't know they existed. I thought I would say the most outlandish thing. Apparently they exist, but no, I don't think they're for me.
Megan told me she's surprised at how fast her video blew up. She has now quit her job at a wholesale company and is now signed with an agent, manager, and getting music deals. She told me she hopes to get into acting and comedy. You could create a second verse with 4 new characteristics. What would they be?
I don't even know. No, I just think it's really important to get along with the in-laws. Really nice parents who gave them a trust fund, yeah.
In addition to tens of thousands of new followers, many...
Now, I want to skip all that other stuff, right? What was the major part here? She said, I did it as a satire to myself and all those women out there that talk like this, right? And the woman before that just showed it's nearly impossible to find. And that's what girls, I want a guy, 6'5" is a little bit much, but still even 6 feet. What's that? 1,000 men? How are you going to find those guys? Right? Even to trust fund out. You're so limited. Those guys won't even be in your playing field. You won't even know how to find them. You tell a woman, where you're going to find your husband. I don't know. I'll see him in the street. Your husband is not in the street. Because in the street, your husband that you want will be in a car. He's not going to meet you in the street.
Mexican stand up, let's go. Right. A Mexican made this, so it's Mexican and chicken and vegetables.
Now, a man looking at this, right? This is what happens with women from other cultures or women from overseas, right? You see these women from Mexico, and look how they landed down for that man. I'm not saying that in the community and also in America, there's no woman that do this, but it's very limited. Why? What do you always see when you see game shows or so many different things? And no, I'm not doing that for him. I'm not cooking for no man. He can get it made. Women always get it made, get it made. These women are doing the work. This is why guys are leaving. You see this? They're having a Mexican standoff with lunch. These guys could be, who knows? They could be those guys that come off the back of a truck, right? Who knows? And do work, labor jobs, and still get this treatment.
What else we got? Here we go. Here we go.
Of course, I'm always hungry.
Look at that. Teriyaki ginger skirt steak. The chap is here with the fettuccine sauce. Look at that.
And we over here talking about little baby in his restaurant. We over here arguing about going 50-50, being a provider, being dominant, being alpha, submissive females. Who's the prize in a relationship? And you got these people over here at work battling about the lunch that their wife made them. And I know they, and then I know they be going home telling a woman about this, and they woman be oh so proud. And the shit we, man.
And see, but that brother may not know. This is exactly why men become passport bros. Because they're going over yonder to find women like this because they realize it's definitely more to life than dealing with non-caring woman back home.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Passport no.
Losers come